Actually, I do not know what the sign is. I don't understand that sign. But if indeed it is a sign of the LGBTQ, I think they should be warned because their activity brought about this bill, this controversial bill before Parliament, because they were getting an office of their own, and this brought about this whole issue. Now the bill is before Parliament. Parliament is actually on the process. We've done public hearing. We sat for about 8 times on this, and then we have actually retired for the committee to do our own job. The impression is being created that Parliament or the committee is doing nothing about it, and that is unfortunate. So the community themselves, they should be warned. Why should they be making these, I would say, the act that would actually make people angry? Ghana is, I wouldn't say Christians and Muslims. I don't see any other, even if there are 80, they are in a small proportion. So if you do that, you create the tensions and emotions. So if they can hear me, if they did it, they must stop that. And then we actually go through the bill and see whether the bill would actually pass or some of them would pass in the light of the constitution that we have. So there are other things that we need to. The bill must be considered alongside our constitution. So I would actually advise them to refrain from making people angry in Ghana.
I would interpret that that you actually endorse the action of these sponsors of the bill in demanding that the bill be torn down, correct?
I wouldn't want to actually comment on the sponsors of the bill. They have brought a bill. I chair the committee. So my opinion, I wouldn't want anybody to know. Probably they could educate me to actually go with them. Or probably looking at the constitution, I may not agree on some clauses with them. So it will be pre-judgmental if I make any comment on how the bill, the contents of the bill. I wouldn't be able to. So the committee is here to actually sit and consider it clause by clause.
Yeah, but you just told me, sir, that you would rather the LGBT community, I beg your pardon, in Ghana desist from, doing things that will get people angry. That may include the, erection of such a billboard, correct?
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that if you have actually gone to get an office and the Ghanaian society had frowned upon this and had actually warned you, had closed the office down, and then if it is indeed true that this sign emanates from them, then you go further to erect a billboard when there is an intended bill that aims at actually getting you behind, but if you are caught. I think they are just making people angry.
Many things. Do we know when next committee will be sitting to consider the bill? The
committee has a lot of meetings. Next week or this week, we plan to, I've actually directed the Secretariat for us to have general plan on the timetable. But we have one meeting that was rescheduled to go to the 29th of this month. But that is not on LGBTQ. Last week we held a meeting, last 2 weeks we held a meeting. There are other bills that have been referred to the committee. So we are giving each bill equal attention.
Many thanks indeed for your time here.